Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back home. If you're new to my channel, I say welcome to my YouTube space. Today I shall be sharing with you guys how I make my family's fish stew. There are different recipes I use for fish stew depending on the fish and depending on the flavor I want per time. Today I shall be sharing with you a very simple recipe, and here is our dressed fish. This fish has been, as you can see, it's clean. It's been washed, descaled, and pat dried, ready to take the spices that would make it really pop in your tongue. And to spice this fish and give it the best of flavors for this stew, I shall be adding the spices to flavor the fish. Dried thyme, garlic powder, onions powder, dried ginger, cayenne peppers. You can use Cameroon pepper, or you can use smoked paprika or regular paprika. Use white pepper or black pepper, curry powder, seasoning powder, and salt. I combine the spice together like so, and then rub on the fish like so. Ensure that every part of the fish receives a dab of this spice. I cover it like so and put it in the fridge for 30 minutes to an hour. 1 hour later, I get it out and place the fish on a baking rack. You can also fry the fish if you love to. I prefer grilling or baking. With the oven set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, place your fish in the oven and let it cook or bake for 20 minutes. I wash and cut my tomatoes like so. My tomatoes, my red bell pepper, and my onions like so. I add a little water to prevent the tomato from sticking and burning. 20 minutes later, here is my tomato. You can see the whole water, so I pour and drain off the water and into the blender. Everything goes. So I blend the tomatoes and everything so nicely. Yeah, these are the other ingredients for the stew. The full description of all the ingredients will be in the description box below. I add my oil. The oil for this, the quantity of oil depends on the tomato you're frying. You need oil to fry the tomato well. So I saute the onions and I add my spice mix. I saute the onions and the spice mix. This spice mix is a mixture of onions, ginger, aniseed, dill, and garlic. I saute for a few minutes and then add the tomato blend and stir like so. And I add a scoop of tomato paste. This tomato paste adds a lot of richness to this stew, red richness. In goes the rosemary spice, and I combine the stew like so. In goes the seasoning cube. I taste for salt. Add a little curry and a little salt to combine the flavor nicely. Yeah, 15 minutes later, our stew is well fried. So I add a baked fish into the stew. This fish baked, it baked in a moist way. That is, it's still very juicy and moist inside. It's just the skin that hardened a little bit. So the fish is slightly baked, not hard baked. Our stew is ready. So I decant some oil like so. I needed this quantity of oil to fry the quantity of tomatoes I needed to fry, and it has fried well. So I take this oil off and I refresh the stew with this quantity of onions. I don't need to let it boil or cook. The heat in the stew will give it a little cooking, and that's it. The onions is left with a crunch, the way I like it. Our stew is served. This stew tasted so good, friends. Try this recipe, and in the comment section, let me know how your stew came out. You can use this stew for rice, for beans, as a side to most meals. Thanks for watching.